Hello and welcome. This is Chrisanne and I'm coming at you from Elemental Energies with Chrisanne. Today we are going to be making some witchy postage stamps. Or you can call it the Pagan Post. I crack myself up. So we're going to be making these really cute little postage stamps. And I'm going to use these as accents. Ignore my hands, they're filthy. I'm going to use these as accents in my witchy journals that I'm calling Season of the Witch. We are going to be making these out of a couple different things. The first thing that we're working with is die cuts. This die cut, oh my gosh, where did I put it? Do I have it here? This is the Sizzix one. Oh, here it is. It's this set. It's the Thinlits, Tim Holtz. It's this one right here. So it's this. I don't know how old this is. I've had it for quite a few years. So it's this one is this. So let me move that out of the way. So that's the first one that we're going to use. These, I have some of these and some of these. And those are by Alina Crafts. She's also going by Alina Cuddle. But she is on Temu. She's on Wish. She's on Amazon. She's everywhere. These are her designs. So some of the stuff says Alina Cuddle. And some of the stuff says Alina Crafts. Right here it says by Alina Crafts. So that's this one and this one. All right. And then I have this one that I'm using. I don't know who that is. That's something I got on Temu, but that's that one. And I'm holding it sideways. And then I have a lot more to go from here. This is just the start. But for somebody that doesn't know how to use a die cut, I wanted to show you how to get started using a die cut. This is a die cut. It is a metal plate and it has a ridge and it cuts the paper when you put it through a die cut machine. There are ways that you can use this without a die cut machine. It's a little trickier, but it is what it is. Typically, these are used through a die cut machine. This is a teeny tiny die cut machine. This is the Tim Holtz Sidekick. I can't even tell you how many die cut machines I have. My favorite is the Gemini because it is electric and I don't have to use my hands because I do things that are easier on my hands. But if you don't have that and all you have is this one's really good. The only problem is you can only use die cuts that are this footprint. So for instance, I can't put, this isn't a die cut. This is a die cut from the metal plate. I don't have the metal plate right here. But you see how that's bigger than this? So that would never be able to fit in this machine. So this machine is limited by something tiny. So let's get started. We're going to put a piece of paper down. We are going to put the die cut down, and then we're going to take the other plate. Now, some people tape these down with little bits of washi. Hold on. Let me turn this the other way. It sticks really well to my glass plate, as you can see. I'm going to put this right here. I'm going to stick that down. And sometimes it makes like horrible crack noises. And then I like to run it through frontwards and backwards. This is called the sandwich. Let's open up the sandwich. And there, we have our die cut. How simple, how easy. This one, it gets all marked up. You take your die cut, you put it face down onto your paper. take your other plastic plate. Every die cut machine works differently. This is the sandwich, it's called. See, I've made this sandwich, the die cut sandwich. This sandwich is particular for this machine. My Gemini has a magnet system that will magnetize the die cut to the magnets so it doesn't move around as much. And then I have the original Sizzix for the big ones. I have the Big Shot somewhere. They're useful. They're handy. If this is something you want to get into, I highly recommend getting one of these machines. I know at one point you could find this one at Hobby Lobby. I don't think they sell it anymore, but I think you can still find it on Amazon. Sometimes you can get like the whole set with some stamps with a couple of dies for like $50 or under. I like it. I recommend it. So we're going to die cut this. Now, sometimes you can feel there's an upside and there's a downside on the paper based on the cut. This is going to be the underside. This is going to be the upside. I can just feel there's a different ridge to this side as opposed to this side. This side's almost sharper. This side almost slopes a little bit differently. I mean, it's a teeny tiny thin piece of paper cardstock, but you can feel it. Trust me, you can feel it. So for this one, we're going to recreate this one. So we're going to do a combination of things. The first thing that I need to do is what's called masking off. I need to take some sticky notes and I am going to stick these down. This is how I got this white edge on this, is I what's called masked it off. So this also serves to hold your paper down to the surface that you're working on. So I know I want a nice border, a white border on this one. I used white paper, so now I'm going to get a white border by masking off. You can see I'm coming in ever so slightly and then using the sticky note, this is the sticky side of the sticky note, and sticking it down. I am going to do the same thing on these sides, and clearly I can reuse these sticky notes. Giving it a good press. Let's do this one. And this is where I do want it to be as straight as possible. But once again, I am making something handmade. I would like to have an overall background color. In this case, the inks that I'm using are VersaFine Clair Nocturne. That's what I'm going to be stamping with. And then I have my Lavinia Stamps Elements Olive, Merlot, Sahara, Truffle, Mermaid, and Paprika. Mermaid's my favorite. We are going with Mermaid. I have makeup brushes and I have them for one color family. All my blues get done with this. I do not combine these inks on the brush with my Distress Oxides. That is a very different formula of ink and I don't mix those. I have separate things for the oxides and separate things for like everything else. So in this case, I'm going to tap into the ink and then I'm going to tap it off. Give it a little bit of swirl, tapping it off. By doing it in the lid of my ink, I get to save it. Some people do it over here on their glass mat, but if I do it here, I can come back into it. Swirl, tap off, swirl. So I'm not wasting my ink. You can start off and slowly swirl in. And I'm swirling around because I've used this a couple of times. It's lifting up, so I'll just come in with that at that angle. And there, that's what I have first. Now for this one, I would like to stencil. As you can see, maybe you can and maybe you can't. I did a witch hat in blue underneath. We are going to do a witch hat here, and we're going to use that Merlot. There it is. And Merlot is like a purple. So I'm going to grab my purple brush. I put washi tape. That's how I know. I mean, I can see the bristles, but I did washi tape on the handle, a purple. So I'm going to swirl into my ink. I'm going to tap off into my lid, give it a swirl, give it a tap, till I just kind of feel, these are juicy ink pads, but I'm just kind of going till I feel it's right. I don't need a lot. This is a teeny tiny little spot. And I only want the hat. I can come and mask these off if I wanted. And that looks like that. There's another little one there, a little bottle. So that's masking off. That assures I'm only going to get the hat. And you don't need a lot. See, it looks like there's not as much there, but then when you move that, it's like, oh, okay, there is a lot there. Don't need that on there. Next thing I want to do is I am using this stamp set. I got it on Temu or Amazon. I don't remember which. And I am going to grab my stamp block that I had right here, and I'm sure I'm looking right at it. It's up and walked away. Where did it go? Oh, it's right here. I put it in a safe spot. That's my problem. I'm going to move these out of the way. And I have the witchy bottle. So I'm going to do the bottle. This is my acrylic block. These are cling stamps. And I'm just going to do a series of bottles around that witch hat. In this case, I'm leaving the witch hat visible. You can see in this one, I completely stamped right over it. Depends on what you want to do. And then I have this other stamp. It says 15 cents. I had got this set I know I got from Temu. It's all one big giant stamp, and I've had to come in and cut little pieces off. But the 15 cents, I thought, oh, that's kind of cute. I can use that for my postage. And then this stamp set has that cancellation thing, but I haven't cut it yet. Let me come in with my scissors, and we can do like a postage cancellation. It's kind of a bummer that this is all one big giant stamp. There. And then we can do a little bit of postage cancellation on this. Now, if I don't want this postage cancellation to be as dark, which I don't want it to be as dark as everything else, I can ink this up. I can stamp it there. And then look, should I do it here? Should I do it here? I'll do it here. See, it's lighter. And I'm kind of good with that. I'm good with calling that one done. So let's remove the mask. Isn't that cute? I want to show you how I made the long one. Or you know what? Let's make one of these. I haven't made one of these yet. Let's do this one. And this one has all those little things I need to pop out. I'll pop them out later. So for this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and I'm going to mask all my edges first. And I'm going to try and keep this even with the one next to it. So let's mask off that. Oh, I already got something on it, but that's all right. I'm going to mask that off. Oops, I want to come in just a hair. Let's mask that off. I'm going to mask that off. Mask that off there. Mask that one off. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to mask these off individually as I'm going and decorating them. So let's get started with, I'm not going to use that one. Okay, let's just do the mermaid again. And my blue brush. I'm just going to tap into the lid because I have enough ink there on the lid. And let's just come in and we're doing swirls. And this is giving it a background, a sort of differentiating from the other three. So while we're here, we're just going to stamp different things. I have a couple stamps here on my desk already. So I have a planchette. Oh, I did it upside down. You know what? I'm going to fix that. I'm going to stamp this upside down and then I'm going to switch everything around. So let's just do 15 cents right there. Yeah, see? Not upside down anymore. Yeah, pay attention to the writing if there's writing on your stamp. Next one I want to do, trying to keep that even. See how I have that line there? I want to keep that line even with the one next to it. And I want to come over here. I think I'm going to use that Merlot again. I mean, I have 4. I'm going to do this one a little bit darker because I have I don't know what that smudge is. It's probably from my fingers. A lot more heavy-handed there. See, you can't see it. Next one I want to do is the bottle. And I'm not going to do just one bottle. I'm going to do 3 bottles. And then I want to do that 15 cents as if it's the postage. Those are the days of 15-cent postage. Next one I want to do is the witchy hat, the conical hat. Let me get that ready. And I want to mask off, getting it even with that blue right there. And then coming in right here. For this one, I want to do the yellow. Here we are. I really like these inks. These are some of my favorite inks. The Lavinia. They're out of England. They make stunning fairy stamps and nature stamps and really stunning, stunning, stunning stamps. I will be using their stamps to make things for this journal. Not today. So this is the conical hat. You know what? We're going to do 2 of these. Didn't quite catch right there, but that's okay. The trick with stamping is if it didn't come in and catch, come in with a black pen. Yeah, never know. Come in with our 15-cent postage. And you can tell I'm putting the postage all different places. And then the last one I want to do is the green, the olive. Grab my green brush. Let's switch my masks around. Get that even with the bottom there. You know what? Let me do this one. No. This one's going to be tricky to line up. We're going to wing it. Okay. Let's get the olive. Get this nice and covered. Okay. And then the one I'm going to come in with is a star design. And we're going to do 3. Of those. And then the 15 cents, I've already done that corner. I haven't done that corner, but you know what? We're just going to do the middle. There. And let's see our big reveal. Now this one, since it's so big, I can either use it big like this in my journal or on the front of a greeting card, or I can come in with my scissors and trim right here on these lines. This isn't exactly cut out even. This die cut didn't cut this. The die cut only did these perforated lines. I'm going to come in and trim this up if I so choose to keep it in this fashion. I might cut it apart and use it as 4s on the same page so they're kind of coordinated on the same page. I haven't quite decided. I won't decide until I get to the journal, but that's what we have. Super simple. Simple, 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 simple. So that's the exact same thing that I did here. Colors are comparable. And then, where's that other one? Then we did those 2. So these, I'm masking it off. I'm inking the background. Some I'm stenciling. All I'm stamping. So that's one technique. Well, a couple techniques. The other one that I want to do and show you, let me move these over here, is I have these papers that I have decorated with my sprays, with, this one's made by just, after I spray, my glass mat's covered in the ink, so I spray it down with water, and then I just wipe it all up with my paper. That's this one. This one has a little bit of mica in it, I think. Oh, there. Yeah, you can see that. Let's use this one. I'm going to show you the next technique I want to do. Just to make room here, I am going to cut this paper in half just to make, oops, there goes everything. Just to make a little bit more room. Let me see if I can grab what I just dropped. I just dropped everything. All right, I'll get it. There, okay. I think I got it all. Okay, my next technique that I want to do to make postage. Look at how simple this is. These stamps are postage. They're already postage. So let's do this one. These, I'm pretty sure I got these on Temu. I just want to clean some of this black ink. Some of it is just stuck there. This is my first time using these. I haven't used these yet. So these are already postage. I don't have to do anything. I just have to stamp it and cut it out. How easy and simple. So I'm going to hold my stamp to the paper just for a few minutes to let that ink connect with my paper. This paper has a lot of inks on it, a lot of mica sprays on it, a lot of stuff already on it. If you don't have paper that you've already decorated yourself, use decorated scrapbooking paper or just use different colored cardstock. I give it a wiggle, corner to corner, corner to corner. I'm not lifting it up. I'm pressing really hard because this is a little bit of a larger stamp. I do have my stamp press thing. There. Perfect. Let's do a couple more. Witches like cats. I am the one witch that doesn't. I am allergic to cats. My familiar is a chihuahua. Yeah, some witch I am. I'm allergic to cats. I always found that really funny. So let's give this a really good press. This is a little bit more of a solid stamp. You can see how solid some of these lines are. It's a little bit of a bigger stamp. I am giving it a press. I'm going to do corner to corner, corner to corner. I just give it a gentle rock. I'm old school. I like to stamp with a stamp block, but I do have that. I can't remember what it's called right now, but my stamp press thing. I'll be using that in other videos. Ta-da! There's two more here. Oops. I love these cling stamps. They are so easy to use. They are very user-friendly. And stamping with the VersaFine Claire, I think, really gives me more of a leg up because it's a great black ink pad. And I'm being generous with it. This one is a crow reading a book. And this one's a little bit bigger of a stamp as well, as you can see. Now, I can come in and just cut these out. But I gotta find which one. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Nope. Somewhere I have. No, it's not that one. That one. That's the one. I have these postage looking scissors. There. And let's do one last one. And this one. This one is a skull in a book. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Nice and witchy. I have been buying so many of these witchy goody things that I seriously could be making these witchy journals year round. That's how much of these goodies that I've been buying. And I'm actually contemplating that. If I have a really good response to these 2 journals, so the 2 journals that I'm working on now are called Season of the Witch. If I have a really good response to that, I'm going to try and always have a witchy journal available on my website. I link my website at the description or in the description of every video I do. I just want to give this a test. Yes, that is how I want this. So let's come in here, cut. So my cutting is not matching up with the stamp, but I don't need it to. Oops. And this is 110 pound cardstock. I am trying to keep it sort of even and level to the stamp. I am not going to come in and do that 15-cent. Let me just get this out of my way. Whenever I use these stamps, I always give it a test to make sure it's going in the direction that I'm holding it in the direction that I want it to cut. Trust me, I found that out the hard way many, many, many moons ago. So give these a test first. Isn't that adorable? At least I think so. Okay, let's finish cutting these out. This has mica on it. Sometimes I get the mica all over me. Sometimes I hit it with a spray workable fixative by Crayon. That works wonders. You can get that at like Hobby Lobby, Michael's, even Walmart sells it. It's a wonderful product. I use that on when I'm doing art. You know, I spray workable fixative on like my paintings and different things like that. Yeah. So if you guys been making witchy journals along with me, this is the month of October 2024 when I'm making this video. I would love to see some of the things that you guys are making. You can always tag me on Instagram. I'm Chrisanne at 1234. Let me just get these out of the way that I can reuse, but I'm just going to put it over here for now. Move that. This I'm going to reuse. So let's look at these. Oh, you know what? I don't like this right here. Okay, so I have this one. this one. I'm not going to ink these or anything. I'm just going to leave them as is. And let's see if I caught everything that fell over here. We have these. We have that one. Uh-oh, I may have lost one. Let's see. I have that one. Oh, I think I did lose one. Let's see if I can see it. Oh, I found it. I didn't lose it. There. So those are all the witchy postage stamps that we have for my Pagan Post. So I hope this has been exciting and given you some ideas. So we've used stamps, we've used stencils, we've used ink, we've used decorated papers. We've got a ton of techniques here that we've used to make these, and it's been a smidge over a half an hour. Not too bad, if I do say so myself. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this has given you some great ideas. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get my numbers way up. Share my videos, please, because I would like to monetize my page, and I can't do that until I get over 1,000 subscribers. That's my belief, at least. So I'd like to get over 1,000 subscribers. So if you could help me out, I'd really appreciate it. So like my videos, subscribe, and I really appreciate all the people giving me comments. You guys have been super kind, encouraging, helpful. I really appreciate it. So thank you. Take care and be free.